Matt Ryan sat in that seat last year.
Right.
He's pitching something, whatever.
Right.
And he has this ability to connect with you. Like, man, are we friends? Have we been friends for 20 years?
That's it.
They kind of command a room. They make you almost want to laugh at their jokes. They just have a presence about them. Is that what you mean when you say, he's a quarterback?
Yes, he's the man. When he walks in the room, they all know it. And, it's like I always say this about coaches. When Bill Parcells walked in the room each morning, I sat up straight, shut up, and I was afraid what was coming out of his mouth. And then we went through a downtime with the New York Giants. And I'll never forget Dan Reeves walking in the room the first time to meet the team. And we'd had a couple bad years. So we were ready for a new coach. Dan Reeves walks in the room. He's always impeccably dressed, puts his notepad down on the lectern, and he looks at us. He goes, "Put your feet on the floor, sit up straight, and take those damn hats off." And I'm like, oh, my God, we're back. So, the presence, I guess the same thing about Dak Prescott. He just has it. He commands respect. He's the man, and he proved that this year down in Dallas.
Explain to me how Tom Brady has continued at this level. It's like late 30s, without the help of performance-enhancing drugs, we're supposed to see some sort of decline in performance.
Right.
And I consider myself a civilian. You're the expert. We're civilians.
No, you know this. You know sports and you know it. So,
but to the average football viewer's eyes, it looks really, really good. Is there a decline that they're covering that we can't see? How has he been able to maintain this level of success, both statistically and in wins and losses?
Yeah, see, stats can lie.
Yes.
Okay, so you can have a decline physically and still throw up numbers. When you're a veteran quarterback, you can put up numbers if you need to in a game in a certain way. But I can say this, I've watched him his whole career. I mean this, he is stronger, faster, and can throw it better right now than he has in any time of his career.
Yeah, but how? How is that possible?
Well, just being very smart. Of course, he was born to throw, and all he has done, he always.
Because he's a quarterback.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons.
I'm messing with you a little bit.
You can't be a great quarterback if you just don't have the natural ability to throw the ball.
Right.
So he has that, and he has refined it to. I've seen his motion change about 3 or 4 times in his career. I did something that's going to be on Showtime tonight, just to show you a little something how he's changed in the last few years, and especially this year is like really dramatic, where he's got better control of the football. He can throw it as hard as he wants and not lose control of it. That's a great thing to have. A lot of guys can throw it hard, but when they throw it hard, it can hit row 2 of the stands. Right. And just taking care of his body, and lifting or trained to be a quarterback. That's all he does. He doesn't train to look great or all this. He trains to be a quarterback. So all those things, you add them up. Oh, that's right. And he's got Bill Belichick, and he has Josh McDaniels. Never underscore or undervalue what they mean to Tom Brady, too.
There will always be people, though, that will say, hey, look, the year he's out with injury, they won 11 games. So it's more Belichick than it's him. They went 3-1 without him this year.
Right.
So it's more Belichick and the surrounding cast than it is him. Now, look, I point out that the year before they won 11 games, he won 18 and lost 1.
Good point.
He was 16-0. So a 5-game drop-off is a big drop-off.
That's right. We all say it, but they might have won 15 games that year if he wouldn't have got hurt too.
So, but for the average fan, explain to us how can they be successful with, like, they beat the Texans with Jacoby Brissett?
I know.
For crying out loud.
I did that game. We were really thrilled because they got smashed on Thursday Night Football. We think, oh, Jacoby Brissett, whatever. It does tell you something about their system, their football team, and to think that, oh, they're going to do all these exact same things when Tom Brady's not there, it's just not true. Because physically, okay, good luck. Jimmy Garoppolo's I think, a good up-and-coming player. Jacoby Brissett, I think, has really got a chance to be a starting quarterback in this league and have success. But you know what? Physically, they're not Tom Brady. Tom Brady plays tall. He has, for a guy, let's say he runs just for a number, he runs a 5-second 40. But he has the feet of somebody that runs a 4.3. So that's really important. The way he can dance in the pocket, pop around, those kind of things, that's what makes him. And so his talent, never undervalue the fact that he has great talent to move in the pocket and to throw the football.
He has a chance to become the most successful quarterback in the history, most accomplished quarterback in the history of the league with 5 rings if he wins.
Yes. I think he's already that guy, but go ahead.
Okay. Aaron Rodgers only won one Super Bowl.
Right.
I don't think he'll win the MVP, but he was the most valuable player if you want to get to what real value is.
I would agree in the way you say that, yes.
Okay, so
the Green Bay Packers, I don't mean to interrupt you, but if they would have won and gone to the Super Bowl, I would literally sit here and tell you, oh my gosh, this could be like a team that, I'm not going to say the worst team to ever go to the Super Bowl. It would remind me of some of the John Elway teams that went to the Super Bowl that really had no chance to win.
The early ones, right?
Yes,
the early ones that were all Elway, and
all
then he
Elway.
played poorly in the Super Bowl, and people thought he was a choker. It was just more his team wasn't really that good. He had to win games.
He carried the team and got him there.
That's a really good comparison. Okay, so here's the honest question: who's actually the better quarterback?
Well, physically, it's almost impossible. Without question, physically, it's Aaron Rodgers. I mean, the way he can run, his feet, his movement in the pocket, his arm it's once in a lifetime. I've never seen anything like it. I said it a couple of weeks ago. He's the greatest thrower of the football in NFL history. Now, you know, I've watched a lot of football. I'm a big student of the game, always have been. And I didn't see Sammy Ball throw it in person, but they were throwing rugby balls back then.
Right.
So it's a little different. But who's just a better pure, if you just say quarterback, I will say Tom Brady. The greatest talent I've seen is Aaron Rodgers.
It's an interesting
So
comparison.
there's a little dilemma there, but when I say that, Tom Brady's really, really talented, and I never take that for granted when I watch him play.